You'll probably notice that I'm standing this morning, okay? So you don't need a mat, you don't need anything, just yourself and the option of some hand weights or some tins, okay? So should we crack on? So I just want to just explain to you, first of all, why we're doing strength and balance and why that is important during menopause, midlife, and beyond. Let me just start off by giving you a couple of little facts. We start to lose muscle mass in our 30s. So that is usually well before most of us even think about reaching menopause. We start to lose muscle mass in our 30s. When you start coming up to that menopausal age and you start to reach perimenopause, you start to get some symptoms right up until that point of time where you become postmenopausal, you come out the other end. During that period of time, you can lose up to 15% of your bone density. Now, your bone density is what keeps your bones strong and healthy. So if I suppose you could also think of it as in terms of your bones getting weaker or more brittle. That's how some people tend to think of it. So if we're losing bone density, that could cause problems for us. Now, why are we strengthening the muscles? Well, our muscles need to remain strong. We're not looking at building, don't think of like weightlifting, okay? We're not lifting heavy weights. You can see I've only got my tins today. Nice, gentle, light weights, just to add a little bit of resistance. To keep the muscle mass that we have, and as we progress, you can always make the weights a little bit heavier, but I don't tend to work with anything heavier than a kilo, okay? So we're looking at maintaining that muscle mass, because that's, at the end of the day, our muscles are what keep us active and mobile. If we are losing muscle mass, if we start to lose it in our 30s and it carries on during our lives and we don't try and prevent that loss or just maintain what we've got, we'll get to a point where we are more prone to injury because we haven't got the strength in those muscles. We haven't been working those muscles, so they don't work as well. So it may be difficult. It gets more difficult to walk, climb the stairs, get out of the chair. We become less active as we get a little bit older because we haven't got the strength in our muscles. We lose our independence as we maybe reach our 70s, our 80s. And I don't know about you, but I want to try and prevent all of that if I can. And even if I can just maintain what I've got, because I haven't got a lot, okay, I'd be happy with that, okay? I just want to make sure that I stay active and mobile for as long as I possibly can. So without exercising those muscles, keeping them healthy and strong, we're not going to be able to do that. Now, that's muscle health. What about bone health? Now, for a lot of women, I'll say the majority of women, don't realise that they've got low bone density. I didn't. I had low bone density. Okay, I found out about 4 years ago. What happens is a lot of women don't find out that they've got it until they go out for a walk, they trip, they fall, and they break something. Okay, and then they find out that they have low bone density, and you may know that that is also known as osteopenia or osteoporosis. And that's what happened to me. I didn't fall and break anything, but I was starting to, or had been for a little while, experience symptoms of the menopause. So I went to the doctors, and the first thing they did was send me off for a scan. And it came back, and they said, yes, you've got osteoporosis in your spine and in your pelvis, which wasn't quite what I was expecting. So for me at that point, it was all about making sure that I did everything I possibly could so that the condition didn't get worse. It's one of those conditions that you just don't know you've got it until something happens. So to make sure that we don't break any bones, we are going to strengthen those bones and maintain that bone density, maintain what we've got by using our own body weight and some tins of beans this morning, if you want to maintain that strength in our bones, okay? So both go hand in hand, okay? As we strengthen our muscles, we also strengthen our bones, okay? So that is why we are working on strength. But what about the balance aspect? Well, like I've just mentioned, a lot of women don't know or don't find out that they have osteoporosis until they fall and break something. So if you work on your balance, okay, you go out for a walk and you just happen to trip on something, you are more likely to catch yourself and balance yourself better, less likely to fall if you're already working on your balance. So that's what we're going to do as well this morning. I've just got 2 little balancing exercises for you to have a go at. So we did some more people joining us. Wonderful. So I'm just checking who's there. So this morning, if you've just joined me in the last couple of minutes, say hello in the comments below. And if you missed the beginning, I'm giving you the option of working with some extra resistance this morning. So I've got some tins out of the cupboard. So if you want to do a little bit of that with me, make the exercise a little bit more challenging, not too much because they're only tins, aren't they? Go and grab something now, okay? You don't have to though. You can do all the movements we're doing this morning without any extra resistance, okay? We better make a start, haven't we? But I've just remembered there's one thing I've got to tell you about that I forgot to mention right at the beginning. We've got 4 days of workshops, okay? We're here again tomorrow at 10:30 in the group. But on Friday, I am running a live Zoom session. So we're going to put everything together that we've done in the workshop this week. We're going to put it into a full session, so you need to allow about an hour for that class. But it would be great if you were free for an hour, 10:30 on Friday, to take part in that session with me. We can say hello. If you've got any questions, you can ask me after the session. So they are normally really good sessions, those Zoom sessions are. And I find for most people who join them, that is when they really get the most out of the workshops. Okay, even if you haven't done all the 3 days, if you haven't caught up on them, if you've missed one, that's fine. But then just to jump in on that Friday session, it really seems to pull everything together for a lot of women. So that is Friday. However, you'll need the Zoom links. So I've pinned it to the top of the page. You've just got to click on that. Send me your email, and I will send you the link for the Zoom class. That's Friday, 10:30. And also, I'll tell you now before I start, because I might forget at the end, tomorrow I'm going to tell you a little bit more about how you can become a strong, supple member. When anyone who joins me or wants to do some Pilates with me, I always offer them a personalised Pilates workout plan. So this is something that I designed especially for you. You know, if you've got a particular problem, I can design it around that problem. I've also got my flexible and free program that's available, and my posture course, which I'm just giving away special offers for everyone who has taken part in the workshop this week. And I've got one more special offer that I'll tell you about tomorrow. I'll tell you all about that a bit more tomorrow. I just thought I'd mention it now. So shall we get started? How are we doing for time? I think it's time to make a start, isn't it? Okay, so if you are going to add some extra weight, okay, have that with you. If you're not, then that's fine. You don't need to, okay? Now, I'm going to keep it nice and simple today. How many moves have I got? I think I've got 5-ish. I think I can't quite remember. About the same number as yesterday. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is stand up nice and tall. So if you stand with your feet about hip width, stand up nice and tall, and I haven't got my legs completely straight, I've just got a little bit of softness at the knees. My shoulders are down, I'm standing up as tall as I possibly can. We're going to start with some little knee bends, okay? So keeping both feet flat on the floor, you're going to bend the knees a little bit, and you're going to float the arms up in front, just to shoulder height, and then lower them back down again. Then we do it again. So we bend the knees, we float the arms, and we stand up tall. So you can see it's a nice gentle movement. I'm only bending my knees a little because you could think of this as a little warm-up, warming the legs up, so we don't want to bend too deeply into the knees. Okay, I'm keeping the shoulders down. I'm not taking the arms too high. Okay, so you can do this with weights, with tins like I've got, or without anything. Okay, you just float the arms up in front, but you've got that added resistance with your weights to strengthen the arms and the shoulders, and you're using your body weight to strengthen the thighs. Okay, wonderful. Last one. Okay, we'll rest the arms a minute. Now, here is the first balancing. Now, it's a combination of a balancing and a strengthening exercise, this one. So, just got the arms down by the side, okay? See if you can lift both heels up off the floor, just a little bit, just an inch or two, and then lower them back down. And then do it again. So you lift the heels up off the floor, just a little bit, and then lower back down. So it's a little heel lift. We lift them up and then back down. So this is a great way to strengthen the calf muscles. It's also strengthening all the muscles that sort of link from the calf muscles down around the ankles to your feet. So they're going to stabilize around the ankle joints. Okay, we ought to bring the arms back into it, haven't we? So let's do the same arms again. So as you lift the heels, you're going to float the arms up in front and lower back down. And again, so just a little heel lift is all you want to do. If you feel a little bit wobbly, hold on to something. Okay, you can have a chair by you. If you're doing it in the kitchen, hold on to the worktop, hold on to the wall. Okay, just a little heel lift. So again, we're strengthening the arms again. That's it. Here we go. Last one. Fabulous. Okay. We'll do hands on the hips for the next one. I'm just going to keep hold of my tins. Okay, you can put yours down and do what I'm doing. Hands on the hips. Here's another balancing one. Now, this time, I just want you to push up onto your big toe. Stand up tall, look straight ahead, and then what I want you to do is just to float that toe just a couple of inches up off the floor and just hold it there. Can you balance? How good is your balance this morning? And then we'll place it back down. Then we'll do it on the other side. So you push up onto the big toe first, float the foot, hold it there. So you can see I'm only floating it a couple of inches, not too high. You might feel that ankle, that other ankle, working to stabilize you and keep you nice and balanced. That's it. We're just going to do one on each leg. It's a simple exercise, but if you're not used to standing on one leg, it can be quite tricky to start with. Let's move on. We'll do some more balancing a little bit later on. I'm going to stand to the side now so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're coming into this split stance position. I've got one foot in front of the other. I'm going to pick this back heel up. I'm going to keep it lifted. I'm not going to put it back down again. We're going to work the legs. Work your bum. Okay, and we're going to work the arms again. Okay, still got your weights. We're going to have the arms out in front. So this time, we're going to go down to the knees again. We're going to bend the legs. We're going to pull the elbows to the hips as we go down. Stand up nice and tall and reach the arms forward. Here we go again. So we go down and reach forward with the arms. Go down and reach forward. So as you're doing this, stand nice and tall, so you're nice and upright through the spine. You're looking straight ahead. Now it's up to you how far you want to go down into the legs, okay? You can just do a little bend. That's okay. If you want to go a little bit deeper, that is fine, okay? I've only taken a short step, okay? But if you wanted to really challenge yourself, you could have a bigger step, and then you'd be able to bend your knees a little bit more and go down a little bit deeper. Okay, here we go. Last one. Lower the arms. I'm going to turn back around to the front. Okay, so we'll have wide feet this time. Okay, wide feet. My feet are about as wide as my shoulders. Can you see my toes are turned out a little bit as well? I like to turn my toes out when my feet are wide. We're going to start with hands on the hips. We're going to work the thighs. We're going to work the glutes. Those are the big muscles in your bum. Okay, we're going to do some deeper knee bends this time, but only if you want to. We've warmed the legs up a little bit more now, so we should be able to bend them a little bit easier. We're going to use the arms as well. So the first thing we do, we're going to bend the knees. We're going to send the knees over the toes. Can you see where my knees are going? They're going over the toes. Go down as far as you want to. Stand up tall. And then we're going to reach up to the ceiling with that arm. And then as we bring that arm back down, we go down to the knees. Then we reach up with the other arm. And then we go down and reach. Go down and reach. So you're working thighs, you're working the glutes and your bum, you're working shoulders and arms. Lots going on. Okay, using your own body weight to strengthen the lower half of the body, and if you're doing the same as me, your hand weights to strengthen the upper body and the arms. Quite like this one. Let's do another one. Here we go. Last one. Go down and reach. Fabulous. We're going to come back to our split stance position. Now this time, just make sure you've switched the feet over, okay? So the back heel, we're going to lift again. Keep it lifted, don't lower it. Arms out in front. We're going to do the same. So as I mentioned before, you could have a bigger step. Shall I do a bigger step and show you? Okay. Bigger step enables you to bend the legs a bit more. So here we go. We're going to bend the legs. We're going to pull the elbows to the hips. And now I've got that bigger step. I can go down into the knees a little bit further. Okay. So I'm working those thigh muscles harder now. Okay. If you don't want to do a big step, that's okay. Just keep it nice and small. Okay, I'm standing nice and upright, shoulders down, looking straight ahead, and we've still got a balance, haven't we? Okay, if you're not used to being in this position, it can be a bit tricky to balance. It might feel a bit wobbly, but that's okay. Look at the spot in front. Sometimes that helps with your balance. Here we go, last one. Lower the arms. I'm going to do wide feet again to finish with. Wide feet. Toes turned out. We're going to send the knees over the toes, hands on the hips. Here we go again. We go down to the knees. Then we reach up with the arm and go down. Do a reach. Go down. Do a reach. And again, go down. And reach. Go down. That's it. Wonderful. Let's just do one more on each arm. Reach. Last one. Reach. And lower. I think I'm going to put those down now. Put my weights down. One more to finish off with. We're going to finish with another balancing one. A bit more challenging. So again, just have something handy if you feel a bit wobbly this morning that you can hold on to. I'll give you the option with the arms. If your balance is looking good this morning, you can have hands on the hips. If you feel a bit wobbly, take them out in front. We're going to do a high knee lift. We're going to hold it. So again, you're going to push up onto your big toe. Make sure you're standing tall, you're nicely balanced as you float that foot off the floor. And this time, just bring your knee up nice and high. Hold it there. How are we doing? Can you hold it? Let's lower it back down. Let's try it on the other side. Sometimes it can be better on one side than the other. So, up onto the big toe first. Get yourself ready and then float the knee up. See if you can bring that knee up to about hip height. Hold it there. How well can you balance? That's it. And then lower the foot. Lower the arms. Give the arms and legs a little shake. And there you have it. So that is, again, just a few simple moves. I tried to keep them fairly basic, but to show you a way that you can add in extra resistance so that you're not only using your body weight, you can use hand weight, something that you've got around the house. Just adding that extra bit of resistance so that you are strengthening your muscles, strengthening your bones, keeping everything healthy so that you stay fit, active, mobile and independent later on in life. So that's it, we've come to an end. How have I done on time today? Oh, I got through that a bit quicker today. I think it was a slightly shorter routine. I hope you've enjoyed that. So leave me your feedback below. If you've got any questions, just drop them into the comments. I love to read what you've put. And tomorrow, let me tell you what we're doing tomorrow. Tomorrow you'll need your mat again. We're back on the floor. We're doing spinal mobility tomorrow. So if you have any issues with your back, whether it's just aching, stiffness, odd twinges that you get here and there, maybe sometimes you've been gardening, things like that, we're doing a little bit of a spinal mobility. It's nice and gentle just to help loosen everything up because research has shown that women are more prone to have trouble with their back as they reach midlife. So we are going to sort that out. I'm going to show you some nice little exercises to keep everything mobile and moving really easily. Now, if you're joining me tomorrow, I'm going to be sharing details of the how to become a strong and supple member to get your specially designed personalized workout plan. I'm going to do that for you. Okay, and also you can get a copy of my flexible and free program and my posture course. And I've also got another little special offer which I'm going to share with you tomorrow. Don't forget Friday's Zoom day. Use the link at the top of the page. Register if you want to join me. It's 10:30 again on Friday, but it's on Zoom. So you need to register to get the link. I think that's all I need to tell you. I feel like I've forgotten something. I seem to have gone through everything really quickly this morning, but I don't think I've missed anything. I haven't, so I'm going to leave it there. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope I will see you again tomorrow. See you soon.